Hey everyone, before we dive in, if you're enjoying these stories, please hit that subscribe button and help me reach my next goal. Drop a like if this one hits home, and let me know what you think in the comments. I read every single one. Thank you so much. I never thought my marriage would fall apart on an ordinary Thursday night, with mellow music floating through the house and the sweet scent of Emily's favorite vanilla candles still hanging in the air. If you told me a year earlier that I'd be quietly filling a suitcase while my wife giggled in the next room with some guy she brought into our house, I would have said you were out of your mind. But every now and then the impossible turns into the glaringly obvious, and pretending otherwise just postpones the crash. My name's Ethan. For most of my life I truly believed that real loyalty could weather anything. That if you showed up, loved with your whole heart, and stayed steady, people would treasure you for it. Turns out life doesn't always hand out trophies for effort. Sometimes it takes everything you poured in and passes it straight to someone flashier, someone more aggressive, someone who never helped build what you're now losing. It started the way these things always do. Tiny cracks you barely notice. Emily started staying late with people from work. She'd come home exhausted, short-tempered, checked out. Her phone suddenly lived face down on the table. Notifications got turned off. She changed her passcode. Whenever I asked, she blamed stress. And I let myself believe her because when you love someone, you become an expert at handing out second chances, even when the red flags are practically screaming. The night everything snapped into focus, she told me her coworker Jordan was swinging by, just to go over some work stuff. She gave me that too relaxed smile. The exact one she used years ago when she bombed a job interview and didn't want to admit it. Same soft, tight, rehearsed grin. I told her it was cool. Even offered to brew coffee for them. She looked startled, almost let down. That's when the first icy jolt hit my stomach. When Jordan walked in, he didn't act like a coworker. No laptop, no folder, no notes. Just a bottle of red. Emily's absolute favorite. He didn't shake my hand. He pulled her into a hug that lasted one heartbeat longer than friendly. One silent heartbeat that spelled everything out. I stood there like a stranger in my own living room while they moved around each other like they'd done this a dozen times before. The truth leaked out in every little thing. The way she laughed a little too hard. The way his eyes slid over to me with a mix of pity and victory. The way her whole body tilted toward him like the room had its own new gravity. But I didn't explode. I didn't demand answers. I just watched. I listened. I let the truth sink in until it felt like lead in my chest. There's a kind of heartbreak that doesn't feel like breaking at all, it feels like waking up. Clean, cold, and final. The three of us sat in the living room, or at least our bodies did. My mind was already somewhere else. They talked over me, traded inside jokes, finished each other's sentences in a rhythm I'd never been part of. I watched my wife light up for him in a way she hadn't for me in forever. That's when it hit me. I wasn't in the middle of losing Emily. I'd already lost her. My denial was just the last one to get the memo. When she stepped into the kitchen for more wine, Jordan turned to me with that fake concerned smile. "You good, bro?" The nerve almost made me laugh. I just nodded. "Doing great." But inside something locked into place. A calm, rock-solid certainty that whatever we'd had was finished. I didn't need more proof, more fights, more explanations. While they laughed in the kitchen, I walked to our bedroom, pulled my suitcase from the closet and started packing. No yelling, no slammed doors, just a man quietly closing a chapter. I folded clothes the neat way my mom always showed me. Grabbed the essentials. Paperwork, keys, a couple teas, and the old gray hoodie Emily used to tease me about. When I zipped the bag shut, I felt lighter than I had in months. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't begging for something already gone. I was choosing me. I rolled the suitcase back into the living room. They both froze. Jordan's smirk vanished. Emily went ghost white. Eyes locked on the bag like it might explode. The laughter from 30 seconds ago felt like it belonged to another lifetime. "Ethan," she whispered. "What are you doing?" I kept my voice low and even. "I'm leaving." Her mouth open, closed. "Leaving? Why? Wait. Can we talk about this?" Talk. The word stung. Talk about what exactly? The distance that showed up months ago? The hidden phone? The passcode she changed? The way she came alive tonight for someone who wasn't me? What exactly do you want to talk about, Emily? I asked quietly. She glanced at Jordan like he might bail her out. He stared at the floor. She stammered. You're overreacting. This was just work. Just a project. I almost smiled. I'm not here to make a scene in front of your guest. So I'll keep it simple. I'm stepping away for good. Her voice cracked. Ethan, please don't do this. Don't make assumptions. Assumptions. Another old favorite. I walked past them, set my house key on the coffee table, and headed for the door. She followed, panic rising. You can't just walk out. We're married. I stopped, looked her straight in the eyes, really looked, and saw the fear, the desperation she hadn't shown when I was the one trying to fix things. Emily, I said softly, you walked out a long time ago. And I'm not leaving because of him. I tipped my head toward Jordan. I'm leaving because of you. I opened the door and stepped into the cool night air. She didn't run after me. Didn't grab my arm. Didn't scream the truth. She just stood in the doorway, a shaky silhouette behind the glass. The street was dead quiet as I loaded the suitcase into my car. No final blow-up, no begging, no movie-style drama. Just me finally picking peace over a battle I never agreed to fight. I drove to my sister Mia's place across town. She opened the door before I finished knocking, took one look at my face and the bag and knew. You're done, huh? She asked. Yeah, I said. I'm done. She didn't grill me, just moved aside and said, come on in. I crashed in her spare room that night. Sleep wasn't easy, but it was honest, and that felt like winning. By morning my phone was blowing up. Missed calls, long texts from Emily full of confusion and damage control. We need to talk. You got it all wrong. Please come home so we can fix this. I don't want to lose you. Not one I'm sorry. Not 1 ounce of truth. She wanted the marriage back without owning what broke it. I flipped the phone face down the same way she used to, and left it there. This time it wasn't to hide anything. It was to protect my peace. Word spread fast. Friends checked in. Her cousin texted that Emily looked wrecked. Jordan never reached out. Too embarrassed or too proud, who knows? Me? I wasn't wrecked. I wasn't raging. I wasn't even bitter. I was free. Walking away that night wasn't impulsive. It was the quietest, most deliberate thing I've ever done. When someone lets another person into your relationship emotionally long before anything physical happens, the relationship is already over. You're just usually the last to accept it. A few weeks later I filed the paperwork. Never went back for the key. Never reopened the door. My exit wasn't fireworks and screaming. It was calm, clean, and final. And sometimes the quietest goodbyes are the ones that echo forever.